Hey, what's going on YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. Welcome to a brand new replay analysis. Today we're doing an analysis for Random, who's been a long time subscriber and supporter. He said we're doing a 2v2 Diamond 3, High Diamond 3 replay analysis. He says his weakness is decision making. His strength... Oh, okay. His weakness is decision making and speed. Okay, and his strengths are car and ball control. So his weaknesses that he thinks are his decision making and his speed. So we'll go ahead and watch this and see if we notice that. Before we get into it though, guys, if you want to get yourself a replay analysis like the one you're about to see, check the description down below. It's got all the information on how to do so. And yeah, let's go ahead and get into it without any further ado. See what we got for our boy. Okay, so are we partied up? No. Right away, the kickoff wasn't the greatest. We were very off center on kickoff, which is why we lost it to our back corner. Luckily, it was right to our teammate. I don't think that he called for this, right? I don't think he called need boost, which is when you would try to force the ball back to your teammate. Because typically when somebody does that, and that's the kickoff you're going for, you try to skim the ball off of the side of your car back towards them. That's not what you did. You literally just like tried to do a normal flip into the ball to win the kickoff, but you hard lost it. So good, fortunate positioning from your teammate and good, fortunate side that you lost it towards. You lost it towards your teammate. It all worked out. In the future, work on hitting the center of the ball on your kickoff to avoid it immediately shooting back into your half like this. Could be really dangerous, especially at Diamond. Really at any rank, it's going to be really dangerous if the ball shoots back into your half so aggressively, and that wasn't the game plan. Okay, so far so good. All right, so I don't think the half flip was necessary here. So if you guys have been watching lately, I've been trying to point out smaller details, smaller things, as well as obviously point out general advice like fundamentals. But I'm trying to point out more small things as of lately, as long as the player doesn't look like they're going to get overwhelmed by all the information I'm pointing out. Now, Random has been, I think, a little higher ranked. I don't remember exactly what he's been at, but he even said in his submission that he's fallen quite a bit. So I think Random will be fine with receiving this information. I don't think I'm going to overwhelm him. And I think he's well equipped to understand what I'm going to say here. You don't need to half flip back for this ball and immediately retreat for defense. Yes, it's sort of, you're too close to really do too much with this ball. Going up and trying to shoot this or going up and trying to double tap it is going to be risky because you are last man. And if you miss, your teammate is still on their backboard. So if you miss and the ball bounces off the backboard towards your end, it's going to be a free breakaway for your opponents and a free goal. So smart idea not to go up and overcommit for a shot or a double tap here. However, I think you can reposition yourself to take control of this ball as it lands on the ground or as it comes toward you. You can position yourself to have the next touch without immediately conceding. So you conceded ground, you conceded possession, and you went to defense unnecessarily here. So if we play this maybe at 50% speed, boom. Okay, yeah, definitely. Let's just go ahead and power slide, get ourselves turned around, not half flip to where we're now unable to catch the ball as it lands. Instead, we were about here. Let's just power slide out and catch the ball here, right? Let's power slide out and catch the ball here. We can shove it over to the boost. They won't be able to catch us if we properly execute that. And we can make an aerial play if we're confident in our aerial mechanics. Or we can flick the first guy that comes to challenge us towards this direction. And then, you know, it'll bounce off the sidewall and we can try to follow it up again ourselves. So just bottom line here, there's a lot of different ways you could have played this out had you stayed on the ball. So unnecessarily conceding possession here. If you look at that one more time, you can also tell that you don't need to concede possession here because you just saw both of your opponents double commit for this save, double commit for this clear, whatever it was. and they're both still recovering from their jumps. So you have the time and the space to take possession of this. Ooh, really close to just getting the free long shot there. Good attempt. Okay. I want to see you either swing out wide to get an easier read on this. Right here, right? I want to see you either swing out and come to play the ball head on, or I want to see you get behind the ball, roll it up your corner. Let's see what you do here. You need to do either of those two things here. If you don't do either, you're going to be in a bad spot. Okay, so you don't exactly roll up your corner, but you do the next best thing. That was well executed as well. Well done. Good attempt. Really good control. All right. So here we're passing to nobody except our opponents. This was an unnecessary touch. When you don't have a play to make, right? So you're not really sure what you can do mechanically here. The ball is falling already, so you really can't air dribble it. It's kind of too close to the wall to go for like a flip reset. You really don't have a great mechanical play in this position, but that doesn't mean we have to just hit the ball away from ourselves. We can always just follow this on the wall, stay close to it on the wall, and try to take a 50 with whoever challenges us. Or I've been pointing out a lot recently, if you've been watching my analysis, utilize that maneuver I've been talking about consistently, where when the ball is in this position and you don't have a play to make because of this exact position, as the ball is coming down, jump off of the wall behind the ball, float down behind the ball, holding your flip the entire time as it gets closer down to the ground. And a lot of the time you can create space that way, because this player who wants to challenge next is going to know in their mind that because you've jumped off the wall and you're near the ball, you have a flip, so you can play the ball past them at any moment. So a lot of the time you can get this player, SPZM, to not challenge you and to concede space to you, because they know if they challenge you, they're going to get beat because you have that flip. So you can jump behind the ball, jump close to the ball, down the wall, threatening the use of your flip to get it past this guy. And then if he never challenges and he does give you the space, you can land underneath the ball last second and continue dribbling. Or if he does challenge, you get the 50. So just quick little piece of advice there, quick little maneuver, tactic. I need to come up with a name for it. Maybe right now I can come up with a name for it so that in the future I can just say it and you guys will know what I'm talking about. Or I can refer you back to this analysis where I explain it. Let's come up with a name for it right now. Actually, leave a comment down below. We're pretty early in the video still. A lot of you should still be watching. What should I name that maneuver? Maybe like, comment down below some names for it. Maybe the fake aerial, fake into the catch. I don't know what to call it. We need to come up with a name for it. Somebody leave a good name down in the comments. So yeah, there's no reason to just flip the ball away from ourselves. If we don't have a play, that's fine. But we don't need to just give the other team the ball for no reason. You've had really good ball control so far. Messed up one time and got punished for it. Tough. How could we have played this out better? Obviously, we try to catch that. Hindsight is 2020, obviously. Maybe even in this moment we're trying to catch it and it just was a mistake. You'll have that. It was just a mistake and you got punished for it. Good on them. Any other way we could have played this out? I like that you haven't challenged yet. You were last man, so this was not a good challenge to take. Smart to not challenge here. I mean, you're in a really tough position. I can't fault you too hard. Tried your best. All you can try to do better in the future is make sure that you actually catch that ball. either going up the backboard, you can catch the ball going up the backboard, or you can catch it on the left side of your car and just keep it glued to your car so that they can't shoot the ball. They'd have to 50 you at the very best. Okay. No ice on the shot. That's all right. Okay. See what we got. Ooh, nicely done. Good job. Can he make it 2 in a row? No way. My man's popping off. Good job. Great plays. Yeah, I mean, I think you said one of your strengths was car and ball control, so definitely. And that's a result of, for most people watching, like I said, this guy has been slightly higher ranked. I don't remember how high. But champ something, I think. Maybe champ 2? Okay. Very well done. Be careful about hard committing for really anything when you have no boost, because you're on 0 boost, so committing to anything here is going to take you out of the play for a really long time. So if the ball was lower, I would say, sure, you can go for a 50. But just because you have very little chance of beating SP to this ball, it's probably not worth it. So that part, the breakdown of that play is sort of hindsight is 2020. But the fundamental idea of when you have no boost, don't overcommit for anything, that is something that you can definitely generalize and take to heart and utilize instantly. Really good touch, really bad touch by you. Okay, not much to say there. Just a very bad play. That was bad. That was really bad. That doesn't take much of an analysis. So we've been low boost for a while here. So right away, definitely veer off to your left. Start picking up this path of pads off to your left as you're coming back here. No reason to not do so. Didn't click in my mind right away when I was seeing this, but then after 10 seconds have gone by and I noticed that you're still no boost, that's when I noticed there's a problem here. Definitely not focusing on picking up any boosts on your way back. Maintaining low boost. That's a big reason why you said one of your weaknesses is speed. You can't be fast without boost. And obviously you don't need to always be boosting around the field, but when you need to have the boost to make a play. So you should have probably about like 40 boost right now, to be honest. Picking up that pad, you should be at like 50 something. Yeah, you should be at like 50 boost right now, but you're at an uncomfortable 12. And then you could be making a much better play here. A much better play. Had you have gotten boost, that would have been a 1v1 most likely, instead of having to sort of just hope that he overcommits on his challenge and you get the free shot around him. You could have taken that for a dribble and a flick, or dribble, air dribble, bump, whatever you want to do. Okay. Going for the demo is not bad here, but you definitely want to get that corner 100 boost. So boom. At this point, I would prioritize grabbing that boost over going for the demo. The ball's already in your corner, which isn't very threatening, and your teammates in the net ready for whatever touch SP can make. And SP's not even in a great position to make a touch in the first place. So the more valuable play here is just going to be to get the boost. Make sure you steal the boost from SP. You're not giving SP a chance to ever, rotate back down the wall after getting a touch on the ball or not getting a touch on the ball, and then getting the boost and getting a lot of value out of his play. So just the most valuable thing you can do here to optimize your situation and de-optimize their situation, secure that boost. And then from there, if you want, you can stay close and you can play close and you can challenge or fake challenge, shadow defend the ball around your backboard, whatever. Or you can make the decision to rotate out after grabbing the boost. In this position, either one is fine, to be honest. In that specific play. Oop, wrong player. Yeah, that should have been your ball. Not bad going in for that. Your teammate should be pushing this. Not on you. Okay, again, we're not doing our best job of making sure we're picking up pads, right? Instead of going for a wave dash here to pick up speed, why don't we instead just path over these pads? And pads have a wonderful way of just putting you in the correct position. The game designers, when they created this game and these maps and the pad layout, did an amazing job, whether coincidental or not, whether just basic, I don't know, trigonometry. However they decided to lay out these pads, it worked out really well. A lot of the time, if you follow the paths of pads that are laid out, you will be in really optimal positions. So if we move this way and we swing up on these pads, I mean, we're in a pretty, this is a good position to be in on this play. But instead we do the wave dash and we just missed one or two extra pads. Okay, did we have time? We can, we're taking a lot of long shots, which I'm a fan of, honestly. Long shots are a good way of getting your opponents to give you space, right? If you're every time you get the ball, you're just shooting a long shot on their net, sort of forces them to not rush their play or not rush you every time a ball is coming towards you. Like a lot of the time, people get frustrated because their opponents never give them space, but you have to earn that space. You have to give your opponents a reason to give you space, and taking long shots is a great way to do that. Condition them to think that, okay, I can't push him super hard because he might just shoot this over my head. And then you can condition them to think that way, and then you can start getting a lot of space that they wouldn't have given you otherwise. Same thing with if you're somebody who likes to make ground plays, throw in early some aerial plays, and then your opponents will think that they need to play back a little bit, expecting you to make an aerial play when a ball is coming towards you instead of rushing you to shut down a dribble, because you're conditioning them early to think that you're going to make aerial plays when you're actually next time going to take a dribble. That makes sense. I'm kind of stumbling over my words a little bit. Drinking some coffee right now. I'm a little hyped up, a little anxious. So excuse the poor speech ability right now. But you get what I'm saying. Good boost grab. Shutting down our opponent's play by grabbing that boost. Yeah, this is fine. What I was thinking about saying there was, Maybe not in this situation specifically because you know your back right corner boost is going to be up. But might as well point it out. Might be useful information in the future. After this play, see, it doesn't really matter here because our teammate is flying pretty close to our back right corner on his landing, and our back right corner boost is definitely going to be up because nobody's been over there for a while. So our teammate should have a big boost to grab, but in other plays and similar circumstances, would be nice for you to potentially leave that mid 100 boost that you end up grabbing, just because you do a good job picking up pads as you're accelerating towards the ball, so you maintain full boost. So there's really no reason that you need to grab the mid boost, and you would potentially be giving your teammate the ability to stay upfield with you on that big 100 boost sooner or closer, instead of having to go back for the corner boost 100 boost. So just something to think about there. Like 81 boost here in this situation, if your teammate needed this mid boost, like you can do pretty much anything that you could do with 100 boost with 81 boost in this position. Double tap, solo play, dribble play, whatever. There's really not many plays in this particular scenario that you would need the full 100 boost to do that you couldn't do with 81. That was really well played. I'm going to point this out just for people. Great play that he makes here is okay. He doesn't have a play on the ball in this moment. And if he tries to take a 50-50 here, if he tries to push at this ball and he gets 50, it's most likely going to be a favorable 50 for them, right? Because I think this ball is falling down this way. So you can't say that he's going to get the ball forced over him, because he's going to be taking the 50 with the top half of the ball by the time he makes contact with it. So the 50-50 would end up looking something like this on sort of the top half of the ball. And again, it's going to shoot out this way, most likely. So what he does here is he actually just stays in the path that this guy would be hitting the ball. He doesn't 50 the ball per se. He stays in the path where this guy would hit it. So if he hit it, he's going to hit it into him, and it's just going to bounce off of him, and then he maintains possession. Really smart play. Just pointing it out, like, especially not even just in 1v1s and 2v2s, and in any game mode, that's a great play that you can make when you don't have, or you don't want to take a 50 because you're in a losing position to take it. A lot of the time you can just park your car where the ball would go if your opponent hits it. And a lot of the time, just like earlier with the other tip about, you know, what I wanted you guys to name, that play or that technique, same thing here. A lot of the time your opponent will see that you're waiting for them to hit it, and they will realize, oh, if I hit it, they're actually in a good position. They're going to beat me, so I'm not going to hit it. And you can, again, create space or maintain possession, get them to back off by doing something like that. So small little things here that go into higher level Rocket League. So just pointing that out for people who might notice it, might not, might benefit from it, might just like hearing detailed analysis like that. See it one more time at full speed. Boom. Really well done. Really well done. That's not bad. Careful about backflip touching balls though. Backflipping into the ball if you want to rank up is not a good idea. At like higher level players will almost never backflip into the ball. They're either gonna catch it and control it or they're going to do a quick turnaround and face the play. Because what happens here, if SP drives up fast here, you make this backflip this direction, the ball's not even between you and your car and him to potentially save you from him just driving through and demoing you. Ball's bouncing off of the sidewall, and this guy could have a free play. So that's a common play at only really slightly higher ranked than what you're at, and maybe even at your rank that might happen sometimes. So kind of lucky that he didn't decide to charge you, whether thinking about it or not in the moment. His brain will just be like, oh, I can demo him, and he'll just demo you, and then you'll be deleted and the ball will be in a shootable position. So backflipping into the ball just a lot of the time does not lead to a very favorable outcome a lot of the time, or it opens up the possibility of a lot of bad things happening. So try not to get into the habit of backflipping into the ball. There's almost always a better way we could play out the situation, right? Like here we could honestly just back up a hair, and as this ball lands, we can carry it out this direction. Better play. Yeah, they're scared of your aerial plays now that you scored on them twice. That is another thing to think about too. You have scored 2 aerial goals on them. So if you wanted to, or it would even probably be smart to recognize they're probably going to give you a little bit more space when you have the ball coming towards you immediately. Like in a play where you can make an aerial play, you can have the confidence that they're going to give you space to catch it and take a dribble, because you've already punished them twice on 2 aerial plays. So they're going to be thinking, oh crap, this guy's good in the air, he's going to go in the air every time. And you could see that on this play and the last one, both times when you had the ball where you could go up the wall, they were playing super far back. Like, this guy is scared to push you. No, I'm not saying 100% this is why. He might just be badly positioned. But you're in a position where, like, from his angle, it probably looks like you could take this up the wall and make an aerial play. So he's giving you a lot of space because he thinks you're going to go up the air, and there's no point in him pushing into no man's land where he can't challenge you. And then again, we see on the next play. Boom. Wait, was it there? Right here. They're expecting you to take this up the wall and make an aerial play. Maybe that's not why you have so much time here. But at higher levels, that is something that people think about. And they're playing back, expecting you to be going up for an air dribble right now, right? They're getting ready to defend the backboard. They're getting boosted up so that they can jump and aerial defend, you know? And that's why you have all this space. All right, so that's the analysis. I think it was a pretty good one. I think we pointed out some good stuff. So key things, I think you do need to, you've been around long enough to hear me say this multiple times. Make sure you're still remembering to pick up your pads, stay boosted up. Honestly, you didn't do too bad with it. You had boost. You were on a pretty good amount of boost for most of the game. There were a couple times that, you know, too much time went by where you still had no boost. That's when I really noticed the pad issue. So still make sure you're picking up your pads. Nobody wants to play on no boost, and especially in 2v2, there's really no reason to. There's plenty of pads to go around. What else? I guess a lot of just strategic things that I pointed out. Conditioning your opponents to wasn't really particularly for this replay, but just in general. Whether intentional, if you've scored multiple aerial goals, you can recognize that the opponents are probably going to be conditioned to that somewhat, and you'll probably have a lot of time and space to make a ground play if you want to. So that's something to think about while you're playing. And same in reverse. If you made a lot of ground plays, you could probably catch them out of position, maybe too close to the play, and you can go for an aerial play and punish them for being too close to you, right? Or take a long shot, right? They're going to be getting close, expecting you to catch the ball for a dribble, and they want to shut it down right away. Catch them out of position with a long shot and just score. So that's definitely something to think about, something that goes into higher level Rocket League. It's just like any other sport, any other sports game. You're playing basketball and you're shooting the three, hitting threes constantly. They're not going to expect you to pump fake it and go for the layup, right? Other than that, I think you need to improve on how you play out the situation. I think this might be the biggest one. When you are pushing up, trying to be in position for a shot, and the ball shoots out and it's somewhat out of your immediate grasp, you need to work on how you play out that situation, because pretty much every time that happened this replay where the ball shot, where either the opponent hit the ball slightly out of your reach or the ball shot off the backboard slightly out of your reach, you either conceded possession entirely when you didn't need to, or you maybe played, you backflipped into the ball when you could have just caught it and dribbled it and maintained possession. Things like that. So work on how you play the ball in those scenarios. And you can go back and watch the analysis again to really pick up on what I'm putting down. You'll see those moments where I pointed every one of them out. I talked about it, how you could have played it out better. So those were really the biggest things. And that wasn't a lot. You looked good. Just had a couple little things that I gave you, and you actually won this game. So keep doing what you're doing. I think you're looking pretty good. Anyways, that's the end of the analysis, guys. If you liked it, please leave a like on the video. Subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Check out the description down below for all my social media. I do want to stream again. The thing is, I'm saving for a new PC. I want to be able to make gameplay videos again, and I want to be able to stream gameplay, but my PC currently is not good enough. There's too much performance drop when I'm recording or streaming that it's annoying and frustrating to try to play when your hardware is holding you back from playing your best. You know what I mean? A lot of input delay, screen is like your refresh rate feels slower, things like that. So I'm saving for a new PC. I really want to go all out and spend like $4 grand on a PC, so that's gonna take me a while to save for. And then from there, I don't know if I'm gonna want to keep my old PC and do a 2 PC setup or just use the 1 PC. I'm thinking a 2 PC setup. Sorry I'm ranting right now, but hey. This video was slightly shorter than some of my other ones, so I have the time to rant. I feel like hopefully you guys enjoy this rant. What I was gonna say was, yeah, because I feel like if I have a really good PC, I feel like no matter how good your PC, if you play a game on it and then you play a game on it while streaming or recording, you're gonna notice a difference. Leave that in a comment below. If you're a really big tech guy, could you answer that for me? Will you, no matter what, notice a performance difference from just playing versus playing and recording / streaming? Or if your PC is so good and so capable of playing a game, like so over capable of running a game, can you actually not notice a performance? Like, will there actually not be a performance difference from not recording and streaming versus recording and streaming? Anyways, that's it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.